Today we are going to discuss about a concept called as wise mind. I'm going to tell you guys what wise mind is, where it is used, and how we can develop the wise mind and how it is going to be useful for us in our day-to-day activities. Wise mind, this concept was initially coined in a type of therapy called as dialectical behavioral therapy. This therapy is used to treat patients who has borderline personality disorders. I mean, patients who tend to be highly suicidal, uh, who are emotionally imbalanced, and who has a lot of tendency to hurt themselves instead of more than others. When I say this, like, okay, don't feel, what do you say? Don't take a step back and don't be judgmental, saying that it is not useful for me. This is something which they coined in 1980s. Okay, so at that time there was no treatment there for borderline personality disorder patients, and later over the years, right, many researchers and many various domains of therapy and psychotherapies have used these concepts, and also many people use these wise minds concept in day-to-day lives to live a more happy and fulfilling life. Okay, initially in DBT, Um, wise mind concepts were used in treating patients with a bipolar personality disorder. Later, seeing how successful this was and the advantages it can have in treating various emotions and issues, mental issues and emotional issues in a person, it was later introduced in many types of therapies. Nowadays we are using this wise mind concepts in treating people who has anxiety issues, who has anger issues, who has addiction issues, and it's also used in distress tolerances and in treating many other symptoms. Before seeing what wise mind is, in dialectical behavioral therapy, right? So they are seeing like they are splitting our mind, our emotions, into like not emotions, like our behavior, our mind, thought patterns, right, into three categories. One is emotional mind, another one is thoughtful mind, and another one is wise mind. What is an emotional mind? Emotional mind is something which works majorly on our emotions. It will not be in our control. Like let's say, like I told you, addicts, right? Addicts who has that craving to drink, who will be like what do you say, they won't be able to control their emotions and urge to consume drink alcohol. Or people who are in stress, right, they won't be able to drink properly. Like someone needs to give a speech in a stage, like or someone who is in high emotion, like anger, like like if you see it, like they won't listen to anybody. People who are in high stress, right, they won't be able to listen to anybody, because like they won't be able to think properly. Like they will be like behaving based only on their emotions. So we call that as emotional mind. And what is thoughtful mind? Thoughtful mind is nothing but people who thinks a lot. Okay, people who are logical thinkers, people who are thinks through logically, and then like behave based on that. But many logical thinkers, right, they won't be able to connect their thought process with their emotion. They'll be having struggle in connecting their thought with their emotions. So it's like they always feel something is missing. Like they are not like satisfied with their decision makings, because like they think with their mind, but they fail to connect with their emotions. And the third type of mind is called as wise mind. A wise mind is nothing but you will be having to thought, like you will be thinking like what do you say, thoughtfully, or like, and also like you will be able to connect with your emotions. You will also like your decisions will also give you emotional satisfaction. Okay, I'll just give you a very simple and crude example. Okay, so let's say you are gonna give a speech in front of a lot of people, and you are very stressed. Okay, you have prepared a lot. So what initially like people are like advised to do is first is you have to overcome that stress emotions. Okay, so like there are many distress tolerance skills which can temporarily get you out of that emotional state, so that your wise mind can come into picture. Your wise mind is like will tell you what are all the pros and what are all the, I mean like what are all the cons, and then what will happen if you like, even if you fail in this, if you don't perform well, so what you can learn from it, what you can gain from this experience. So these are all the wise mind thoughts. Okay, and also it will also brings um, uh, takes into consideration your emotions also. So what will happen if you succeed, and what will happen if you don't succeed? So so it's like seeing a particular incident in from a third person point of view, so that you won't be like emotionally messed up or emotionally stressed. So this is the concept of wise mind. There are many techniques to develop this wise mind, which we should teach the younger generations. We should teach kids. Okay, starting from childhood, we should teach people how to develop their wise mind. So, which many people, general public, right, they fail to do because they don't even have a knowledge of this wise mind concept. So this video is a kind of effort to educate people about this wise mind concept. In the future videos, right, I'll also put more information on how to develop these wise minds.